Morgan, I know we love the league, but how often are you watching basketball on a Thursday, like afternoon, 2 p.m. West Coast, and being locked into a Pacers-Bucks game?
Probably not that often if you really think about it.
This has been a major success. The semifinal complete. The Pacers beat the Bucks 128-119. My first reaction is just Tyrese Haliburton. This guy took over down the stretch. He was the best player on the floor down the stretch. Morgan, he had 27 points.
Yes.
He had 15 assists, 7 rebounds, 0 turnovers.
Wow. Again, I mean, he has the ball in his hands so much, and he's always looking to create. There were some times during this game that you and I were looking at each other like, is he being a little bit too passive? You know, his ability to drive it in, collapse the defense, and then find someone just anywhere on the floor is absolutely incredible. He creates the best shots for his teammates while on top of that, just hitting daggers at the end of this game.
And he plays the game with joy. Elite passer, elite shooter, elite teammate.
So
plays
fun.
with joy. He checks all the boxes. And I think this Pacers team has kind of taken on his identity, dude. They play fun.
Yep.
Of course, offensively is what they're known for. They're the best offense in the NBA this year. But I thought today they competed defensively. Like, look, they're not going to be a great defensive team, but can you compete? It actually kind of reminds me of last year's Kings team, too, with how they get up and down the floor, move the ball, get the paint touches, and spray. It was nasty. The Bucks had zero answer for them at all in this game. I felt like the Pacers come in, they play hard. Miles Turner's such a threat at the rim. I thought Aaron Nesmith had some amazing moments defending Giannis, trying to make life tough on a guy that's hard to guard, and even defending Dame at stretches. He was awesome.
Yeah, he was awesome. He came in, and you talk about where they were so great. It was exactly that. It was with the effort. It was like everyone wanted to play hard, even if they aren't the best defensive team in the league. They were willing to be like, all right, we're just going to go after everything. We are going to set the tone physically on the offensive end, but especially on the defensive end. And sure, they couldn't get all the stops in the world when it came to Giannis, but it felt like at times that they were actually slowing down Dame Lillard. He started finding his way in that second half, but it's truly that grit and that effort that the Pacers bring that that the Bucks didn't match them with either.
No, and it ended up being a good game down the stretch, of course, because you mentioned it, Dame got it going, and they ended up taking the lead. But that's what I like about this Pacers team is, dude, they took a punch.
Yep.
And a young team taking a punch from a veteran team like the Bucks, you kind of worry about it, but they settled down. I thought the Bucks didn't really have an answer even for the Pacers bench. The Pacers bench played some crucial minutes, and for them to be out there and compete and get stuff done with Haliburton on the bench, I thought was huge. Another stat in this game. 23 second chance points for the Pacers in this one. That was significant too. One Bucks thought.
Ooh.
And this is big picture stuff.
Big picture.
Giannis is awesome. We know this. He had 37 and 10 in this game, okay?
No big.
I think they missed Drew Holiday and Grayson Allen more than anyone would have imagined. I know people brought it up, but man, they picked on Malik Beasley the entire game with Haliburton. They had no answer. Like, Beasley couldn't guard him one-on-one. He's their point of attack defender. That's a tough position for him to be in. He's defending Haliburton, and then in pick and roll situations, Lopez has to help and kind of come away from the basket. And Haliburton is such a good passer. Even when double teams come, he could find the open man. And then, of course, you pull Lopez away. There's not as much rim protection. I think the Bucks don't look like they have championship level defense at this point, which is really tough for them because they made that Dame trade. And it's kind of like they got to live with this a little bit.
And you obviously know what Dame provides or does not provide defensively. And you're seeing that them lacking that on that first line of defense of what they did have with Drew Holiday, how important that was when teams would face that second line of defense and Brook Lopez and Giannis, and like it would be so much resistance there, right? And it would allow them to have a block party and really make themselves felt in that paint. And so many times tonight or today that we were watching Tyrese Haliburton, the Pacers, just like you said, it brought Brook Lopez out. It brought Giannis out. There was just too much chaos going on from beyond the arc, which allowed too many easy shots, easy drives to the basket for the Pacers. Yeah, I think it's a huge concern looking at this Bucks defense. And I think a lot of people will be like, It's December. It's early. No. Just watch
it's a
them
personnel
play.
thing. And here's another stat that should jump out to everybody. The Pacers had 72 points in the paint. That's with Giannis and Lopez. And one of the things I said after the trade, I'm like, yeah, but Giannis and Lopez can cover up a lot of maybe the defensive miscues. But I think that backcourt has major defensive issues. They're a defensive liability, and it's really putting the Bucks defense in a tough spot. Also, a credit to the Pacers for some tough finishes. I mean, Haliburton had a few over Lopez just high off the window. I'm like,
TJ
McConnell.
McConnell.
I'm like, what do you do?
Off the bench.
It was
yeah.
crazy.
No, it was, I mean, I think we have to make sure that we are giving the love to this Pacers team that already looks like they're taking a leap with their entire game. I felt like last year it was the start of it, but this year it looks a little bit more polished. They're really leaning into, okay, we can be really good on the offensive end and allow Tyrese Haliburton to lead the way. And I just, going to the other side, to the Milwaukee Bucks, looking at this game in the beginning of this one, it looked like they were playing an all-star game. The body language wasn't there. The energy wasn't there, while the Pacers were like, we winning this money and we winning this cup.
So the Pacers, after 20 games, 12-8.
Ooh.
Really good start for them. And now they are in the NBA in-season tournament final in Vegas. We're going to be there.
We're going to be there.
Honestly, I'm so excited to be there and feel it. My first reaction to all of it, I love how their arena's lit. I like the court.
Agreed.
The vibe. A fun first game. Can't wait for the game number 2.
NBA homers, but I'm so with you. Oh, I hope there's balloons on the concourse.
What did you guys think about the game? What do you think about the Pacers and Haliburton? What do you think about the Bucks defense? Drop it in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe.